Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back. Just a quick little video today. Just want to show a little tip for keeping your foam boards in good shape or in better shape for track saw or like circular saw cutting with an edge guide. So I've already cut this in half. What you want to do is cut it, cross cut it in half, if you will, um, and then you're going to take each of those halves and you're going to rip it in half again. So this brand has little kind of pre-cut grooves at the halfway mark. Not sure if they all have that or not, but that really helps because the utility blade, this is 1.5 inch foam, the utility knife blade won't go all the way through on one pass, so then you got to try to break it or line it up from the other side, which is difficult. So if you find this, the pink brand by Corning, definitely recommend that. Now, cross cutting it in half, you're still going to have to just go with it or get a bigger knife. But yeah, show you real quick, and then I got a tip at the end that really helps improve the length or the lifespan of these things. They last a while anyways, but taking a couple extra minutes here really will help it. The other reason to do this, or I'm sorry, the whole reason to do this, I guess, is um, because I don't have room, as you can see, in this little tiny shed to store a whole 4x8 sheet. So what I do is I cut them in half like this, flip it over. I cut them in half so that I can fold them and put them up on the ceiling there. So this is a huge improvement. The other half. I don't know if I'm gonna get this on the camera very good, but now I'm just gonna kind of, almost like you would a piece of drywall, make sure everything's nice and clean, matches back up, perfect. All right, put it back on the table saw. That's good, I'm happy with that. I'm gonna grab some duct tape if I can. All right, so now we're gonna make a hinge. So you just wanna make sure these boards are as tight as they can be. Before we do that, I put some kind of perpendicular 90-degree angle pieces here just to help pull it together. All right, now we'll go ahead with our strip. Piece is ripped. I think I'm finally living up to the channel name with this video, using some duct tape. And you can see where I'm going with this. Nothing fancy. Not building cabinets here. So that's it for the hinge. Now it'll fold in half nicely, and then you can store it. So I keep them stacked up there, which that's a project for another day. But now, this is kind of the extra that you don't see on all these videos, is now I go around and I do a bead on both sides, all the way around the perimeter. And this really helps extend the longevity, if you will. That way, as you're banging it around, putting it in storage and everything, it doesn't wear down that. I just got this as a new piece, obviously. Used it for 2 cuts the other day, and already the edges were starting to flake off just from hitting the ground when I unloaded it. I know I try not to say this more than once a video. If you can like, comment, and especially subscribe, it really helps me out. Trying to grow this channel, trying to use it just as a place to share some ideas and some tips. Nothing fancy. Not going to say I try to do everything as cheap as possible, but try to be realistic about it. You know, I'm fortunate. I have a lot of tools, but even that, I'm no professional. But we all own houses, right? We all have to fix cars, and I just want this to be a place that we can do that and show that without having a full crazy garage setup or some type of super expensive, you know, permanent solution to something that maybe could be fixed a little cheaper. Or maybe even one of these days I'll get some duct tape repairs in on a video. We'll see. For those of you that are just joining, which I guess is pretty much everybody. So I'm not a professional, obviously. I did work professionally in maintenance, ground, small engine work. I did all that stuff when I was younger. I also owned a small engine repair business on the side for a couple years. Mostly flipping stuff and do too much repair. But yeah, so not a professional, but I do own a 250-year-old house. So between that and our cars and power equipment, I mean, you know, I'd say I'm pretty busy. So I think this sitting here, and I thought this would be a good way to share some ideas. People can maybe learn something from me, and I'm sure I'll be able to learn something from your comments. Pretty much go to YouTube for most projects or repairs that I've never done before, don't know how to do, and I think that's pretty common. So yeah, see how it goes. Not the best, obviously, with the videoing and the editing and all that, and I'm not really trying to be. You know, I'm not trying to be a professional full-time YouTuber here, waste a bunch of time and money on ads. That drives me crazy. You know, even if you pay for the YouTube Premium, and then you still get the millions of ads built in that the people are sponsored by and all that. And it's like, I just want to watch a video on, you know, cutting up a foam board. Instead, I got to watch advertisements for 10 other things. So, or sponsorships, I should say. So yeah, I'm trying to get fancy with this. Trying to keep it simple, no frills, down to earth. I'm trying to not have a lot of talking or lecturing, which is ironic as I'm sitting here lecturing while you guys watch me cut duct tape. But yeah, we'll see if it takes off. I think there's definitely a interest in this kind of stuff without all that other nonsense built in. Almost done. You guys will be seeing the other video in a little bit here, probably another couple weeks, but what I use this board for, I'm building one of those combination miter saw, table saw workbenches. As you can see, I work out of a 12 by 22 shed, which is, you know, it's about a one-car garage. Of course, mine also has to be shared by not only the work area, but also outdoor power equipment, tools, you know, all that type of stuff, lawn and garden equipment. Normally I have a snowblower in here once it'll get colder too, so that definitely cuts into the space. So when I bought this, when we got the shed with the house, we thought, you know, I'd get the portable miter saw stand and the job site table saw that comes with a stand. That way I could put things away to have some more room. But what I've found over the years is that actually kind of makes me not want to use the tool, because I know it sounds lazy, but I gotta unfold it, I gotta get it out, I gotta move stuff to be able to unfold it. So my theory is, if I build something that I can fit these both in, not make it huge. I'd love to make it a full 4x8, but that's just not going to happen. But if I can do that, have a committed area to have these, still use the bench for some storage when I'm not using the tools, then hopefully I'll be more inclined to use the tools, because what I'm finding right now is that I tend to just, use a circular saw maybe when I could use the miter saw or that kind of thing, just because I don't want to get everything out for a simple cut. All right, well, there it is. Edges protected all the way around. Folds up into a nice hinge, and now I can put it up, keep it stored. The only thing you got to watch out for, this center piece definitely wears out, so just keep adding another layer onto that as time goes on. But hope this was helpful, and I'll see you on the next video.